Hey everybody, it's Chris. I'm in a car chat with Chris. I'm on my way to Dutch Bros to get a tasty beverage. It is a light snow here today in Utah, very light. It's sticking a little bit on the grass, the snow, but it's not really sticking on the roads too much, which is nice. We want more snow. We just want it, but a little bit, and it's just little teeny tiny flakes are falling down. I have a good story I want to share with you guys today. So last night, Miles had karate, and then after karate, he said, "Dad, let's watch a movie." And I was like, "All right." And we ended up, sorry about that, Amanda called. Anyways, so Miles came over karate, and he's like, "Hey, he wanted to watch a movie," and I was tired. It was a long day. I was like, "Okay." And he wanted to watch The Great Muppet Caper. Now, put that story on pause, and let me tell you this another story, and I'll come back. So, a long time ago, I worked for this big company, and my job was to train new employees on how to use their software. And it was this benefit software. It was very complex software. And I was actually hired for a totally different purpose. But they ended up needing people to teach them our new hires how to use the software. And then those new hires would go out to clients and help configure their software for benefits. All the new hires were all around the country. They'd fly in and I would train them. And it was a really stressful time for me because I literally would go home at night and sit in my apartment and get on my laptop, and I would work on my best how to do the software. And then the next day I would go to class and train what I just learned that night before. It was very stressful. So I just kind of had a light dusting knowledge of how to use the software. The software is super complex. And they had all these employees from all over the country. They had all flown into Utah for me to train them in this 2-week course. And so I would train them that day. Then that night I'd go home, and I was so grueling for me. I remember I would just stay all night just trying to learn how to do this software. And then the next day to do the next lesson. And it was very arduous. Anywho, this one guy flew out from Iowa, and his name was Jordan. And Jordan is was a rock star. He was a young guy, came in, and he picked up the software faster. He just picked up so fast. And so, I would train the lesson, and then the next day he would come in and he's like, "Hey, I found some cool things that you can do. Did you know you can do this, stuff that I didn't even know?" I was like, "What? Whoa!" And he was just I felt like I was learning more from Jordan than he was from me. But anyways, we became good friends, very good friends. The problem is Jordan, he lived in Iowa and I lived in Utah, so we really never got to see each other very much. But then, as I got more comfortable with that software, they would start sending me around the country to different locations to train people. I would go to El Paso, went to El Paso a lot. I would go to Iowa a lot, just different places. So I would volunteer to go to Iowa where Jordan was because we wanted to hang out with him. We just had so much fun. He had a brand new baby at the time, and his wife, Bethany, and they were just, really great people. So anyways, I would go out there to train in Iowa, and Jordan and I would hang out and just have so much fun together. Well, I ended up leaving that company, and once I left that company, there was no point for me ever going back out to Iowa. It just kind of made me sad because I don't get to see Jordan. I get to see Jordan once, maybe every 3 or 4 years, if that. And every once in a while, he has to travel out here to Utah, and he does. We get to hang out. But 3 years ago or so, Professor Andrew, you guys know Professor Andrew on Provost Park Pass. You don't know that. He has cerebral palsy. We've done some disability videos about Disney. And he's like, "Hey, I think it would be a really big help to Provost Park Pass is if you start going to some of these comic conventions around the country to kind of promote the name of Provost Park Pass." And so I MC comic conventions, but these comic conventions, these are large comic conventions, 50 to 100,000 people in attendance. They get A-list celebrities like Chris Evans, Captain America. And I do those from around the country: Salt Lake, Atlanta, Tampa, Wisconsin, Indiana. Those are on a bigger scale. Well, Professor Andrew's I think you should go to these little teeny tiny ones. that get maybe like 3,000 people, and it goes everybody loves to talk about Disney. And so he started putting in all these applications for these little tiny comic conventions, and lo and behold, almost every one of them was like, yes, come on out. But here was the catch, is that they didn't have any money or anything like that. So they're like, you got to pay for your own airfare ticket, you got to pay for your own hotel ticket, you got to pay for your own meals, but we'll give you like a little panel. And we just kind of figured, like, I'd maybe get like 10 people to show up to my panel. I was like, I don't know if that's a lot of money for like just to meet 10 people. So I didn't really do it. But this one in Iowa reached out, and they're like, the guy was just too honest, right? He reached out. He's like, yes. He's like, we want Chris to come. He's like, great. He's like, listen. He's like, I'll be honest with you. He's like, we can't pay for airfare. He goes, but we got like a block room of like 10 hotel rooms for guests, and we had 10 guests coming out to this thing, and one of the guests canceled last minute. And it's like, so if Chris will come out and take that guy's spot, we'll give him the hotel room, so he doesn't have to pay for his hotel room. So I was like, this is in Iowa, like, I think it was like Davenport. I can't remember. It was like this little tiny. So I called my friend Jordan. I'm like, dude, are you even close to Davenport? He's like, not really, but he goes, but if you come out to this comic convention, I will drive out. We can hang out for the weekend. And I was like, okay, that's for me. That was enough. I was like, yes, to see my friend Jordan, because sometimes you get these good friends in your life, right? Like, you guys are my good friends, and you just don't get to see them very often. So I told the guy, the manager of this comic convention or whatever, and I said, yeah, I'll come out to it. And so I flew out, paid my own way, flew out, got to this little area, this tiny town. It landed like 11 o'clock at night. There was no Ubers. Like, the Ubers, there wasn't enough Ubering going on. Like, you have the Uber app, like, sorry, there's no Ubers in this area. So I had to like figure out, I had to call like this taxi place, and it was late, and they had to wake the taxi manager up to get a person to come in. It was crazy. Anywho, that's neither here nor there. I ended up doing my little panel. Jordan came to my panel. He was the only one that showed up to my panel. And I remember we staged a picture where I'm like literally up on stage. My mom called. So anyways, we staged like a photo of me giving like the lectures hall, and Jordan was the only person in the whole audience, and he looked like he was bored. He's like looking at his phone. Anyways, the reason I'm telling this whole story is because that night we went out to dinner. The two of us went out to dinner. Or maybe it was lunch, I can't remember. And we're out there, and I was like talking to Jordan. I'm like, so how are your boys? He's got 2 boys. How's your wife? And we're talking. And he was asking, he's like, how's Miles? And Miles, I think, was like 3 or so at that time, very young. And Jordan told me a story that has impacted me so much. And we're sitting there eating, and he's like, yeah, his oldest boy, he goes, you know, there's a time when my oldest boy is like, he would beg me to stay up late and play like Lego Star Wars with him, like on this video game or something like that. And he's like, he would always beg me. He's like, Dad, can we just play? Let's just keep playing. And he's like, and he goes, I always was like, nope, you got to go to bed. Go to bed. And it's like, he's like, he would be so upset. He's like, Dad, please, let's just play together and just one more level. And he's like, nope, got to go to bed. And Jordan's like, I honestly can't remember why I was so adamant about him going to bed. Okay, we're going to pause the story for 1 second. Hey, how are you? Good.
What are we drinking today?
Amanda wants a sugar-free caramel with Americano.
Okay.
Small iced. I'll pull up with you.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do I dare try a nitro?
I think that they are good, but they are very strong. Like, I'm like shaking.
Oh, I don't want that. That's too strong. It's too strong. And also, I had some people ask me, the protein that you put in, do you know what kind? Is it like pea protein? Is it whey protein? Do you know?
I don't know if this is a thing, but somebody asked yesterday, we checked the carton, and all it says is milk protein.
Milk protein. Okay,
yes.
Milk protein.
So,
okay. All right, milk protein. Okay, perfect. All right, I would like, you know what, let's just do you guys, you know what the Bridger special is?
The Domino, Fireball, Golden Eagle.
Yes.
Okay. But
yes.
You don't do Mafia style, right? You just do extra sweet?
Yes. Okay. Yes.
I got you. Okay. Domino.
Fireball.
Oh my gosh, I'm struggling. Okay. Domino, Fireball, extra sweet. Do you do oat milk?
No.
And then do you do, I extra caramel drizzle, or drizzle on the cup.
Yes. That's why not?
Yeah, and then sugar sprinkles.
Sure.
Okay. Haribo, Domino. Yes. Okay. Anything else for you?
That's it.
Okay, do you want a pop cup?
Oh, and a pop cup for
Yes,
little Cabo here.
of
Okay.
course. Okay, remind me, is Cabo a boy or a girl?
Cabo's a girl.
A girl. Okay.
And
so
she
never
is
remember.
just waiting for her pop cup. So,
She's so good.
ah.
Oh my god.
All right. So I ordered the it's a special drink. It's called the Bridger Special. They do what's called a Domino shot. It's like white coffee and normal coffee. It's got caramel drizzle on the cup. It's got sugar sprinks. They put soft top on it, and then they do caramel drizzle on the cup. So good. Very sweet. Very good. Anyways, back to Jordan. So Jordan was sitting there talking, telling me stories. Like, he goes, yeah, my son would like beg me. He's like, let's just keep playing one more level, Dad. And he goes, I was so adamant. I was like, no. And like, he got kind of like a little bit of emotional, and he's like, I would give anything, Chris. He goes, anything, if I could go back to those moments with my son when he was young like that, and he just wanted to be with me. And he goes, I just would give anything to do that. And like, he told me that story, and it was like, I don't know, like a dagger, like not like a bad way, but it was like an arrow right to my heart, my core. And it resonated with me so much, because I was just sitting there thinking about Miles. I think he was like 3 at that time. And he was like, and I think about Jordan, because I love Jordan so much. And like what he says, I feel like it's going to be, he's always so, he knows so much, he's so smart. And he's like, I would give anything to go back to that time. And so like last night, now let's go back. Last night I was tired. Miles gets back from karate, and also he's like, Dad, let's watch The Great Muppet Caper. And I was tired, and I remember that story of Jordan, and he's like, just take those moments, man. Don't forget it. They'll be gone. So I was like, all right, Miles, let's do this. Let's watch Great Muppet Caper. And so we went down, we watched The Great Muppet Caper, so yeah, I'm trying my best to absorb all those moments with Miles, because I know they're going to be gone. Hold on, I'm picking up the drinks. Hey, how's it going? Good. Hi guys. How are you doing? Oh, thank you. For the Americano, could I get a stopper on that?
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Here we go.
Thank you.
Got that Golden Eagle coming up.
Perfect.
Second year.
There's the pup cup for Cabo and
Having
America.
a good morning so far?
Yeah, it's all right. Got the drink. Check it out, guys. Woo! You know how good this is gonna be. Okay, let's talk about it. Ready? Oh, probably the best drink there is. 10 out of 10. I'll try to put it down in the description, name of this drink, if you have Dutch bars near you. This is a not on the menu. This is an off-menu drink. It's a special drink. It's called the Bridger Special. A guy who works at Bridger, he made the drink. He invented it, and it is so good. That is the best drink I've ever had. And here's the problem. I say that about every drink I get from Dutch Bros, basically, but you know, how does it look? Is it so let me be honest with you. For like my wife Amanda would look at this and she would be like, this is a dessert, this is a treat, this is a dessert. And it is. She kind of would balk at that. Like, she just wants an Americano with sugar-free caramel. I'm all about the sweetness. But gosh darn it is very good. Anyways, so that's today's story, guys, about trying to spend time with your little ones when you can, because they grow up. And yeah, so I'm just trying to do that. Jordan, hope I do you proud. Okay, I'll see you guys later. See you tomorrow. Bye.